Welcome back to Buzz on Business. I'd like to introduce our new guest for this segment. I have Jacob Pozderac with me.
Hello.
And his business is Armchair Adventure Games.
Sure is.
And how long have you been investigating this adventure?
Investigating. 3 years ago when the gun shop started talking about building the range is when we started talking about taking over that space.
Filling the spot, yes.
And we were told to move quickly, and we thought like maybe a year and a half would be moving quickly, and then 3 years later everything's finishing up, and we opened on August 16th, so we are 3 weeks and change.
Excellent, excellent. Now, the broad scope of the games for age-wise?
We want to be all ages. We want to be a family-friendly location. We're connected to Samoski's, so we get lots of
all ages,
everyday people walking in just to see what we're about, so we need to make sure everybody's comfortable there. But we've got tabletop games, RPGs, Dungeons & Dragons and the like. We've got board games, we've got card games, we've got dice games, we've got plenty of place to play all of those games as well as our two big custom tables that are for like war games. They're 4 foot by 6 foot. They're really big, covered in felt. I like them a lot.
I'd say you're just a kid yourself, continuing on.
Who wants to play? It's the
all ages.
It's the men don't stop playing with toys. Their toys just get more expensive.
Yeah.
And so I have these
good
nice
for you.
big tables. But we also have our community games, which are just the one wall of the shop is free for anybody to come in and take off the shelf and play a game, and then we just ask for people to name their own price and drop it in a lockbox so that we can maintain the community games.
Gotcha.
So that we never have to turn anybody away. We'll always have some games for someone to play.
So per se, there's no cost in regards to donation?
Yeah, so it operates on a name your own price donation sort of thing, but that's just the community section. We also have a large selection of
bigger
retail games and board games, and we have miniatures for painting. We have the paints and the brushes to go along with it. We are going to start having painting events, all sorts of events.
Excellent.
We've already had a few Dungeons and Dragons groups get together. We had a couple guys playing Warhammer, which is one of the war games for the big table. They need the 4 foot by 6 foot space to play that game.
That's part a little over my head, but that's fine.
It's a complicated game.
Yeah. Thank you. And how about your family? Are they involved in this adventure with you?
My family stops in a lot, and the 3-year-old and the 1-year-old join us on Sundays.
Okay.
They're in the shop with us on Sundays because they need to get used to it if they're going to be there.
So this was your wife and you?
Yes.
Okay, and her name is?
Alex.
Oh,
Alex
very good.
Pozderac.
And do you work still with your other family business?
I still do remote IT work for TLC.
Excellent.
And that stuff. And Alex does remote risk management coordinator stuff for TLC as well.
Well, it's what you call variety.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's cool. And how long have you lived in the Valley City area?
My whole life.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a privilege because I've known you pretty much all your life too, so that's very neat.
Yeah.
There's other things as far as your, do the kids enjoy? I know they're way young. The
3-year-old was standing at the community section just like shopping for a game to play, and then she picked this little silly cupcake game off the shelf and she started playing it, and then the 1-year-old was like, I should take everything off of every shelf and throw it on the floor as hard as I can. So
that shows the age.
Yeah, the 3-year-old really gets it. The 1-year-old not so much.
Well, that's good. And you had opened your business, I understand, during our street fair in Valley City. So that was a great...
The Friday of the street fair. Yeah, no, a lot of people came in. A lot of people like, what's going on back here? This was the gun shop and sort of stuff like that. And this place is very different.
Oh, yeah, I would hope so. Big transition there. And another event that we have coming up in Valley City will be our Christmas in the Valley.
Christmas in the Valley. We're going to try to figure out something special to do. I know at the very least we're going to have to do something to make the place look
Christmassy.
Homey. Oh, Christmassy and home. Well, the whole thing about Armchair Adventure Games, the name of Armchair Adventure Games is about home and hearth and comfort and sitting in your armchair and being comfy at home. And so come Christmas, it's going to have to feel like somebody's home during Christmas. And we're going to have to make sure that that happens.
Yeah, have a Santa chair. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we got those big armchairs. We might have to do something like that. But we're also going to do something for Halloween because that fits in really well with all of the...
That's true. That's another big event. I mean...
Well, and we've got... So there's a lot of RPGs out there. Some are science fiction and some are horror. So that goes along real well with, for instance, Friday the 13th this week. We were playing Call of Cthulhu, that particular horror game. And then sometime around Halloween, I'm sure we'll do it again. But obviously, Alex and I are going to be in costume, but
there you go.
I don't know.
Got to fit the attire.
Yeah.
That's
well, cool. The first thing that jumped through my mind is actually the Swedish shopkeeper from Frozen, so that I could be the Swedish shopkeeper for every little girl that comes in dressed as Elsa or Anna. I could be the little Swedish shopkeeper because I'm really tall.
Yeah, very sure, for sure. Well, thank you. I'd like to say this is the closure of our session, but I want to thank you very, very much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, and we'll be right back.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.